You are the youngest Prime Minister at 42 in a very long time, but we're in the 13th year of Conservative rule. There's a whole generation that's come of age during that time when rents have gone through the roof, childcare has become extortionate, they're paying more and more tax, owning a house is further and further out of reach. The polls suggest that you're someone very unusual in your early 40s who fancies voting Conservative. Why would anyone under 45 vote Conservative?
I think that the country's priorities are pretty clear, and those are to make sure that we do manage the economy responsibly. That's the thing that's going to make a difference to everybody, whatever age you are. You talked about buying a house. It's going to be harder to buy a house if interest rates are higher. Well, why are interest rates going to be high? It's because inflation is higher. So the best thing we can do to help that generation is to get interest rates down, and that means getting inflation down, which is why the first priority I set out this year was to halve inflation. The second priority I set out was to grow the economy, because I want there to be fantastic jobs in every part of the country for all those young people. You talked about the next generation. We shouldn't burden them with debts. That's why it's important that we reduce borrowing a debt. That's the third promise I made. And then the last two are important to them too, when it's about cutting waiting lists and stopping the boats. I think everyone cares about those. Everyone has a family member that at any point in time is reliant on the NHS, whether it's a grandparent who needs a hip operation, whether it's someone who's had to be rushed to emergency care, or someone who just needs to see the GP for their kid's ear infection. So having a really well-performing NHS is important to everybody. And stopping the boats is about fairness. And I think that is a value that everyone in this country believes in, regardless of what age you are. And having a system which is seen as unfair because people are abusing it isn't the right thing. It's not the right long-term thing for this country, and that's why those are the right priorities.